Start recording. Stop recording. Button.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's doing well. Thomas and Nikki here. Nikki's on FaceTime, and this morning I did a video about relationships, and now Nikki's going to join me for, I guess you could call it part 2, I suppose. Except this morning I didn't title the video Relationships because I think I have a video called Relationships, so I didn't title it anything, so I'll have to figure out what we'll title this one. But anyway, it's good to have you here, my friend, and
Thank you.
I'm glad you're well rested and caught up on some things and everything.
Thank you.
Yep. So, here we go. Let's jump right into this. So, just for shits and giggles, let's say if you're in this position where you're in a relationship and your significant other hasn't talked to you for, let's just say, 3 weeks. Pretty much not much contact, and you know that you didn't do anything wrong. Now I could understand if you two had a big fight. Sure, maybe y'all would want to take some time away, but if they're not good reasons, then, you know, that's hard emotionally. So if you're in this position where your significant other hasn't talked to you for, let's just say, 3 weeks, for no reason, for no good reason, you might want to think about calling it quits, because if you know that you've tried everything in your power, you know, to hang in there, to do everything you can in the relationship to keep it going, then you might want to call it quits. Now, I know that's a hard thing to do, because especially if you love the person a lot, right? It's hard to do that. Now, what would you say to our viewers here if there's somebody watching this video right now or listening to this video right now where they feel abandoned, or their significant other is not talking to them for no good reason? What would you say about that?
Well, you basically took the words right out of my mouth. I'd call it quits.
Okay. Have you ever been in this position?
I've been in a similar situation. My ex-fiance, Kyle Smith. Oops. I wasn't gonna use his last name, but I did.
That's alright.
If you're watching, sorry. Didn't mean to out you on the internet.
He doesn't even know me, so it's all good.
Anyways, what was I gonna say now? Anyways, or if anybody who knows him is watching, sorry.
It's alright.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. He would, ignore me for days, up to a week at a time. And that went on for quite a while. And it took such an emotional toll on me that I was starting to doubt my self-worth. I was starting to wish I wasn't alive.
Wow.
Because then I wouldn't have met him.
Okay.
And stuff. And so I decided at that point where I was having thoughts like that it was time to just end things.
Now,
You know?
yeah. Now, it's extremely hard for some people to do that. End things, right? It's hard, especially when you love the person you're with.
I did love him very much. I was engaged to the man after all.
Yeah. However, if your significant other is not putting in the work into the relationship, then maybe it's better to find somebody else who will actually love you, care about you, and everything.
You?
Yeah, and actually want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Instead of leaving you in the dust for 3 weeks for no freaking reason. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
And self-care is important. Taking care of yourself is important. But when you're in a relationship, you have to think about the other person too. You can't just think about yourself and your needs, It can't just be about, you. I almost said me, but you know what I mean? Like, you can't just be about you. It has to be about the other person too. And work with the other person, I mean, it's all about working together and figuring out what works, what doesn't work, but there has to be communication there. There has to be communication there. If there's no communication in a relationship, then there's no point in the relationship. And also, it might make you doubt the relationship, So, this is not fair to anyone, If anyone's going through this, I feel for you. I really do.
So do I.
Yeah.
It feels awful.
Yeah. So, really think about long and hard. If you're going through this right now, where you feel like you're being ignored or abandoned, or a significant other's not talking to you for no good reason, think about long and hard what you want to do. Because ultimately, you could, seek advice from your friends and your family or whoever. But ultimately, the decision
is yours.
Yeah. If you want to stay in the relationship and continue to be, stressed out, by all means, then do that. But if you want to be free of, the stress, then you might just want to end things and say, hey, listen, and you can do it in a nice way too, You could just say to him or her, listen, you know what? I've tried my best. I've tried my all. You're not working with me. I don't know how you could say it, but basically, just...
Here's what I would say. I would say something like, I've tried really hard, but you're not working with me, and relationships are two-sided. And I've put in my all. And I I just can't do it anymore.
You-
And
you-
I'm sorry,
going on?
but I'm gonna have to end the relationship.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
And you want to make sure that, you don't want to blame,
Camera chooser. Stop recording. Button.
you don't want to blame, you want to try not to blame the other person, You want to try to end things, if you're going to end things, you want to try to end them in a nice way, which sometimes can be hard. And who knows, maybe you guys will remain go back to being friends and everything, And,
The breakup with my ex-fiance was so hard that for a while, I just couldn't talk to him because it was just so hard. But after a while, we did become friends again.
yeah. Yep. So it's ultimately up to you guys, if you guys want to just go your separate ways, then go your separate ways. If you guys want to stay friends, that's good. Stay friends, Unfortunately, in some cases, that doesn't happen, but, hopefully, if you're somebody who is in this position right now, hopefully and you're thinking about ending things with your significant other, maybe, you guys can stay friends. Now, I mentioned this morning. I'm going to mention it, and I'm going to say this again because this is important. If you're in a long-distance relationship, okay? If you're in a long-distance relationship and your significant other is not putting in the effort to come meet you, then that's another thing to think about, if it's a long-distance relationship and if it's getting hard for the other, if the distance is getting hard for the other person, well, then get your ass on a plane and go meet the other person. Go meet the person. Really, seriously. If the distance is getting hard for the other person, for your significant other, then they should come meet you. And
Finances allow.
yeah, finances allow.
By all means, don't go without just to go meet the other person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
No, that's good. But if they're not making the effort to, if finances allow, and if they're not making the effort to come meet you, then that's a problem too. Then you also might want to think about, well, maybe I should find somebody else who will want to come meet me if I'm in a long distance relationship with that person,
But there again,
What?
you always want to make sure finances allow.
Right. So as long as
Because you don't want the significant other to go without just to come meet you.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't want to go without just to go meet them if you decide to go that route.
Yeah.
So whichever route you go, neither person should go without just to go meet the other person.
Right.
So make sure finances allow.
Right. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, if you're in a position where you're in a long distance relationship and your significant other is just not putting in the effort to come meet you, and I'm not talking about finances, I'm talking about if your significant other is just simply not putting in the effort to come and meet you, then that's also a problem. What? What? What happened?
I just farted.
Oh, that's all right. So, you know, I'm just saying, you guys, it's, but anyway, if you're in a position where your significant other hasn't been communicating with you much at all or talking to you consistently, let's just say, for 3 weeks, I'm just using that as an example, then you might just want to either do one or two things. Have a serious talk with them or end things. You have two options. You can either have a serious chat with them or just end things. If it's getting to be if the relationship is getting to be too much for you, then end things. If you feel that's the right thing to do for you, then do it. It's not worth being stressed. Yeah, being single sucks, so I don't like being single, but it's
Better than being stressed out.
yeah, it's better than being stressed out, that's for sure. And if you two can stay friends, if you two can go back to being friends, that's good. But like I said, and like Nikki said, it's ultimately up to you what you want to do. And I know it's a hard decision, especially if you love someone a lot, but
It can be a very hard decision.
yeah. But if you feel it's just not worth it anymore, and if you feel that you put in the effort, as much effort as you can put in, and if you feel it's just time to end things, then do that. Anything you want to say?
Excuse me. I wouldn't wait till it's affecting your mental health to end things. I did that once and I regret waiting that long. I wish I would have done it sooner.
What do you mean by your mental health? What do you mean by that?
Like, I was starting to wish I wasn't alive.
Oh,
I hadn't been alive to meet him
Oh yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yep.
don't wait till it's affecting your mental health.
No.
It's not worth it.
Nope.
It'll just be a regret you have later, and
Yeah.
more than likely, it'll just make you not want to be friends with that person for a while.
Now, in all your time with Mike, have you ever been in that position, or he's always, is he a good communicator?
He's a very good communicator.
That's good. So the only guy you had a problem with that was Kyle, right?
Yes.
Okay. And also, you guys, I know it's very hard. I know it's hard. Not knowing.
Camera chooser. Stop recording.
I know it's hard. Not knowing what to do sometimes. Because it's hard. Because when you love someone, it's hard
If
to.
you don't know what to do, just reach out. Ask a family member. Ask a friend.
Yeah. It is hard to know. I understand it is hard not, to know what to do. But, yeah, you might love the person, but you have to do what's best for you, and like Nikki said, and, if it's affecting your mental health, then that's definitely something to to think about, and if you feel like the right thing, if you feel like ending things is the right thing for you, then go ahead and do it. Yep. So anyway, I think we covered everything, right? So
I think so too.
So let's recommend some channels here. First, I want to recommend Nikki's channel.
That's NIKKIWUNDERLICH.
She talks about mental illness and blindness on her channel and many other awesome things. And please check out Yellow Brick Cinema. And that's a great YouTube channel. You can listen to different music, like music for studying and music for meditating and deep sleep music. And you can also check out Depression to Expression. That's a great YouTube channel for people who have mental illness. And I also want to tell you guys about another awesome blind YouTuber that Nikki told me about the week before last week. Molly Burke. Check out Molly Burke's channel. You want to tell them a little bit about her channel? Again?
Well, she's a blind YouTuber originally from Canada. I don't remember what town exactly. But now she lives in LA. And she has a guide dog named Gallup. From the Mira Foundation. And she does videos with him. She does some giving back videos. She does blindness videos. She does a lot of cool videos.
Absolutely. And she's also a motivational speaker, you guys.
Yes, she is.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, it is.
So check her out. Anyway, you guys have a good afternoon and a good rest of your weekend. I hope everybody had a good weekend this weekend. And thanks for doing this video with me, my friend.
You're very welcome.
All right. And y'all take care.